Hello everybody, I'm here to do the soulmate reading. And yes, it's a little bit later than what I usually do, but I've needed a lot of rest and clarity today, so just chiming in to do the soulmate reading. This is general, as my readings usually are. I do client readings for soulmates though, to see what's going on with your union energies, what's going on with you both behind the scenes, also what's going on with union energies. I also look into what the focus is. So, and that's what I'm doing with these cards today. I'm feeling a lot of strengthening coming in the last few days. It has to do with the level of love that's really coming in. Yes, we are going through Mercury retrograde, even with Mercury retrograde for soulmate relationships, new and existent. We're dealing with the Mercury in Gemini, but we are also dealing with Venus in Cancer, which has a lot to do with cleansing emotions and really emphasizing and expressing with nurtured feelings and emotional connections and really opening up and expressing. So while communication seems slow, hence the retreat, which is kind of like a hermit card in Tarot, there's a lot of things that's happening. So there is retreat moments, but there's also, and I feel like this is between the Cancer and also the need to really reflect on heart-to-heart conversations. And that's the reason why the Seven of Fire, which really in Tarot is Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is all about going in and reflecting and having the courage to take action, like this unicorn is doing. He's on the last two of his feet. His other 2 feet are up in the air, like he's trying to decide which way to go. And that's kind of like a Seven of Wands energy. You're using the courage to move forward. There's a lot of move forward. There's a lot of transparency. There's a lot of transition going on with soulmates today. The last few days, it's been clearing up and healing any kind of emotions. That emotional balance is really reflected in these cards. Hierophant. Now that's for new and existed relationships. This is the energy, and I'm seeing a lot of focus just with the way the mood is with this card. This Hierophant is just kind of like really reflecting on his feelings, sitting down under an altar. I'll call it an altar. That's what my higher self is calling it. There's a lot of to me, I'm feeling a lot of sensitivity coming through these cards, and it might just be the energy from the Cancer, Venus, a lot of reflection, a lot of harmony coming in. I also, if you can, the look on his face is kind of like chilled. He's reflecting, but in the state of the Hierophant, it's really about merging and unity and spiritual guidance. So today, this evening, today, whenever you hear this message, the energy for our relationship energies is really that. It's chilling out. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of fast action. So the energy here being revealed to me is taking your hearts and just kind of being in relaxing mode and just focusing in on not dwelling on why somebody's not talking to you, or not dwelling on where the relationship is going for those of you in new relationships. But it's about reflecting, and it's about allowing the unity to nurture itself, to really merge where it's supposed to merge, and let go of the things that need to be freed. Something with this Hierophant is showing me that it's important to let go of things that no longer serve you. I'm getting that very deeply. And stepping into your power, he's wearing a red jacket. you know, like what priests usually wear. So there's a lot of reflection on power, stepping into your power, and you know, this being a soulmate relationship, that the red also can stand for romance, passion, but passion not just being sexual, but also passion being communication that needs you, and sharing things that you both, and doing things and sharing things that you both enjoy. The union energy is star, and she's the first thing I always look at with a star, besides it being a new beginning. Look at the star. The star is expressing itself. It's really examining the situation, this being the union energy. There's a lot of examination going on with the water that's pouring out. That's always the first thing that I'd see when I see a star car, is the water being poured out of the vase. And the vase is really releasing. This water is really emotions. That's what emotions are, is emotions come from water, and water releases and relaxes and clarifies and purifies the soul. And she's naked, and being in a naked body is purifying and being one with yourself. So there's a lot of union energy that's with existed relationships and new relationships. This star card is emphasizing the need to really detox your energy and detox the way you talk. Detoxing isn't just clearing your energy and taking baths and releasing with bath water, or taking a shower meditation, or you know, drinking lots of water. Detoxing is also going in and clearing the energy. And because this is the union energy, new and existed relationships really need to detox the way you're communicating, hence the retreat card. You need to detox. I feel as you really communicate your feelings, this water will be released more. It's going to bring more longevity. It's going to bring more purification. It's also going to bring a lot more balanced emotions. And this star, the star is your power. New beginnings, reflecting on the things that you truly desire, wishing on a star, follow who you are, or lucky star. You know, you have to, I'm feeling the urge to tell everybody that you really need to be one with yourself. The star and the Hierophant, both of them are showing that you really need to balance out your energy and stop emphasizing on things that have gone wrong, but you need to focus on things that are in the right place, that are healing the situations. Existed relationships, I didn't forget you with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is, I'm hearing the word broadcasting. My higher self is, that's why I took the time off today, because my higher self is really chatty today. But broadcasting has a lot to do with communication. And it's broadcasting your desire. So you and your partner are really sharing your feelings, letting your emotions known. Let it out there. Get it out there. Because the louder your communication is, the more, and when I say louder, I'm not saying yell. I'm saying the louder, the more open you are with your communication, the more your relationship is going to be strengthened. There's more bonding between the Hierophant and the star. There's more bonding. And I feel like a lot more happiness, a lot more harmony is coming in. Even relationships that have been going through a lot of struggles, even those of you who have been in a separation, the star is predicting that the separation is starting to shift more forward, so that way your relationship is starting to bond. There's no predictable timing because we're in Mercury retrograde and everything is delayed, and that includes communication. And even if you see your steps going forward, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be with that person like today or tomorrow. There are delays with Mercury retrograde, and shifted energies are coming through. And I feel like I'm hearing the word required. So what my guides are telling me, what my higher self is telling me, is that you're not required to be perfect. Your relationship is requiring you, new and existing relationships. Your relationship is requiring you to really bring that focus towards the things that you truly love. And with the behind the scenes energy being retreat, that retreat is showing that you both, and that's going with the Hierophant and the Star. The three of them are showing that you really need to balance out your feelings, your new and existing relationships, especially new relationships with Mercury retrograde. You have to take your time. And if you've met somebody new, whoever is watching this, if you're single and you just met the love of your life, take the time to really get to know that person. Don't rush. During Mercury retrograde, miscommunication is known. And that's also to do with new and existing relationships too. Okay? So you really need to retreat. You really need to get that rhythm going. I'm hearing the word rhythm going. You know, rhythm is really going to bring that power and that connection deeper. And I'm hearing to listen, for those of you in relationships that you are either living together or you're around that person 24/7, putting something on that's funny that you guys like to watch. That's also, for those of you who don't meditate, watching something funny, anything to get your mind off this highly emotional, because this Venus in Cancer is really bringing up a lot of emotions that are hidden or triggered or have been coming out for a while. So watch something funny or put some music on and dance with your partner. For those of you who are in new relationships and you talk to each other and you see each other like once or twice, maybe sometimes every other night or whatever, and that whatever means you see each other even if it's for a few seconds or something. There's that timing where you see each other frequently, but sometimes some of you may see each other rarely because of work schedules, because of maybe vacations or family. I'm even hearing the word contemplation, so you guys are working towards a goal, but it's contemplating, so you may not either see your partner, new partner, or you may not be near your new partner, okay? That's what my higher self is guiding me to see. But this retreat card, it's telling you, I'm getting from my guides that you really need to pay attention to your spiritual path. Your spiritual path. That doesn't mean learning their relationship, or it doesn't necessarily have to do with relationship of their religion. I'm hearing the word spiritual, oneness, and especially since the Hierophant is a spiritual guide too, a spiritual connection. You need to become more spiritual and affluent with yourself, not your partner, not doing things that your partner likes to do, not copying what your partner does. You need to focus on yourself and really become one with yourself. The more you become one with yourself, the more you can relate to how your relationship is meant to be. Your partner, for some of you, I'm hearing the words, be yourself, because your partner wants you to be you. I'm feeling like some of you may be copying or trying to please your partner just a little bit too much. They want to see you happy, so they don't want you to do things just because they want to do it. So you need to really be you, and that's only for a few of you or some of you. Others of you I'm seeing with this retreat, especially with the Hierophant and the Star, there's more magic that's coming through. The more you get to know each other, the more you communicate each other. If you do like to meditate or take a walk in nature with your partner, and that's your thing, great. But there's quiet time really that's focusing on retreat, not necessarily meditating and having quiet time, but for those of you who do like to do that, now is a great time to really focus on that. Learning lessons is also another thing. Learning lessons and really talking out your fears. Some of you may have fears, I feel, especially with the Hierophant with the retreat card. and especially with the focus card being a 7 of fire, aka seven of wands, there's some confrontation with fear. You have to let that fear go, because that fear is holding onto old things that don't even exist right now. You need to really release and let go. Get to know your new partner, existed partnerships. I'm seeing more movement, more frequent shadows coming together, light shadows, the good shadows, the shadows that have been unknown that are starting to finally come into play. That's what I mean by that. There's a lot of happiness coming in and a leap of faith, because this unicorn is about to jump, which means there's readiness there. Happiness. Pay attention to any kind of signs. Like I'm almost picturing, I'm feeling like a walk on the beach. I'm not seeing it because of this part in this couple walking in nature. This is actually a beach. The need to walk, be around water, maybe even stop and sit in the sand and just kind of put your feet in the sand and letting that sand ground you a bit, because there's so much heightening, so much higher energy coming through between the star and the Hierophant and the 7 of wands. There's a lot of magic, a lot of strengthening coming in, so you really need to focus on that today or this evening. All right, so that's how the energies are for today. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done so already. I would really appreciate that. And make sure that you press the bell, so that way when you press the bell you get the automatic updates when I upload the videos, my videos that I do, okay? Also, feel free to send me a message underneath this video. If you want to book or you need to book a private reading, you can email me at angelswhisper1122@gmail.com. Press and like this video. Also share it, because I feel like a lot of people really need to know that they can be free with their relationships. All right, so have a great evening. Have a great day for those of you who are checking this out in the Southern Hemisphere or whatever time zone you're in. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed, all right? Namaste.